The next video is on how the data loss prevention can be done. I have some briefing on this particular experiment. So, data loss prevention is most important aspect of communication is security. So there is a scope of exchanging the information among the device to application, application to device, or I can see that from application to network, from network to application. So like this, there are the different approaches of exchanging the data. So now, whenever we try to make your data to travel among the network, maybe on the devices, maybe on the software, maybe on the most important, right? So when we talk about this, on your cloud security, the software vendors, heterogeneity among the operating system. So there is no uniqueness. So anyway, it is all the domains, all the language out of the device, networks, etc. Okay, public, private, like that. There is no a strategical limitations, conditions on your cloud. Okay, so he says what may be your type, but I can take it, right? So that's a goodness of your cloud computing. So when you have such heterogeneity over your cloud network, the important aspect is security. So the security is not a new concept; it has come along with your evolution of your computer, right? So here, then there are many people out there who are trying to protect your data through your security mechanisms. Like we have some DES algorithms, AES algorithms, Blowfish algorithm, brute force algorithm. There are many algorithms are there, RSA algorithm. Okay, there are many algorithms are there who try to break the security and also try to protect the data. Okay, but what actually I feel is whenever we are trying to encrypt your data using different mechanisms, unnecessary we are increasing the size of the database by adding additional characters into that, and you are using some stuffing methods. And also I can say that you are generating some keys for your encryption, etc, etc. Just I'll give this very simple example. Your password is of 9 or maybe 12 character. Okay, but when you try to encrypt, we are trying to use 128-bit key we are using like that. Okay, so we are unnecessary, I feel that we are unnecessary giving pressure on your size of the data, packet size. uh, we are unnecessary creating like pressure on, we are increasing the bandwidth, etc. Many aspects like size of the data. Okay, there is a load, additional load on your processor. Okay, so these are the different things we are unnecessary increasing the complexity in data transmission. So what actually this API will help you is, okay, it will try to identify only the necessary sensitive information over your message. Like whenever like you are, hi, how are you? Okay, really is it needed encryption? Not needed. If anyone hacks that information, it doesn't matter, right? So such important information need to be identified. Only that specific content need to be encrypted. Okay, so uh, that's a sign of like providing a good security approach, right? So here in this particular program, what we are trying to do is to identify the sensitive text among the message, right? So here we have data loss prevention API, which is programmatically accessed, and it is help in detecting the personal identifiable information. Okay, so I can say that it can work on your unstructured streams also, right? So we say generally DLP API Okay, it is very fast and scalable classification is there. Okay, you are trying to update the sensitive information. Okay, like your credit card numbers, names, social society numbers, passport numbers, phone numbers, etc. Okay, and also you are trying to support texture and image content also. Okay, so the data which is stored in storage devices or which work with BigQuery or cloud data storages, you can work with the API. It has some few features also. Okay, so the features of your DLP, so it can handle securely. Okay, and also it works on multi-independent third-party audits also. It will test whether it is safety, whether it is privacy is there or not, security is there or not. Okay. The other thing is API classifications results. Okay, in such a way that a detailed analysis is done, and it can be exported to the another environment also. Okay, then the other one is this particular DLP API is used for managed services. Okay, and this depends upon the data input provided, right? So we can DLP API can update, mask, tokenization, transformation of text and image into a ensure privacy to ensure the privacy. Okay, so these are the some of the features of your DLP API. Fine. So let's go back to the execution in Quick Labs. Okay, the code of this particular lab is GSP106. Okay, so what steps he is asking is, first it is required for us to download your DLP API. Then you have to install the dependencies. Then you are throwing an string, and in that string you are trying to find the sensitive information. So this is our task now. So now let's start the lab. So open a new console. Okay, prompt the credentials which are given by your Quick Labs. Yeah, once you have given the credentials, okay, now you are in GCP cloud environment. Agree the terms and condition. Okay, activate your cloud shell. Continue. Okay, so now you try to authenticate your cloud shell. There is the cloud shell. So he may ask you to activate the account. Copy the project ID. This URL doesn't have any purpose, but I need to copy the project ID. That's the way. Yeah, your account got updated. So exactly. So your account got activated. Now the next step is we need to download with the API. So here to download your API, okay, this particular Git, the file is stored on your Git. Okay, so through your clone command, okay, so you can download your node.jsp-dlp.git. So here we have a node repository. So to install that, we have a command git clone and the URL. So you are able to download it by fine. So once you download it, so he is asking you to export to your mail ID, project ID. So what's the command to export? we have export to a G Cloud project. What is the project name we have here is project ID already we know, right? And it's like this. So I'm copying the project ID and setting it right. So you have cloned your repository and we have exported to our project. So once we do that, so what we have now here is you need to install that particular API, and then next what you have is we have to set some environmental variable, so whatever the dependencies of that particular will be there. So I'm trying to install it. Once it got installed, we have some environmental variables. So once we have installed successfully, then we are asking our program, so this particular command is helping you to move from your current environment to the inspect folder. So cd, you are changing directory from the current project environment into subfolder that is node.jsp-dlp. So now whatever you throw your content in this directory, so will be inspected through your node.jsp file, right? So you are trying to now run a command, which is trying to inspect my email address is something. So you're trying to inspect something, right? So what I'm trying to do here is so I just throw my email ID. Trying to right. So here node inspect string.js. So that's your source file. Dev shell project ID, which is an environmental variable, and we have given a string. So you say that likely 0 email address string. So this is what you are trying to check whether any email ID is there or not. So what output you are getting? What is type here? Name. We have email address. So if it is likely to email address, you are saying then whether it is detected type is true or false. Once you got it is true, you are finding some findings are possible. So quota is what is Swapna 001. This information type is email address and it is likelihood to be appeared on your string. So like this, you are trying to inspect sensitive content in your uh, thing. We'll have some other type also. So we are trying to check whether this particular will have phone number or not. Yes. So phone number is also inspected. Yeah. So like this, you are trying to inspect and sensitive content using your API. So which API? Data loss DLP API. So thank you guys.